Okay, let's get this bread on the way. Let's get some water measured. I do 74% of 666. So let's do this first. Let's get this water warmed up. 0, 0. I need 490 grams of water. Always use filtered water. And I warm it up. So this water is straight from the fridge, so it's about 40 degrees. I want to get it up to at least 100. So let's warm it up for 45 seconds. That should do it. So now I get my big bowl, zero this out. Okay, so 666 grams of flour. I do about 300 grams of white. Lady, I'm not making anything. I got my sous chef lady here. She thinks she's getting something. It's flour, mama. I ain't making no bread. I ain't making nothing for you, Baba. There we go. 666 grams of flour. Of course, it goes to 665 when I'm going to take a picture. If you don't take a picture, it doesn't count. Somebody said that was a brain dead or whatever thing, so now I have to say it every single time. Because that's the type of person that'll never watch the video, any of my videos ever again, and I really don't care what they have to say. So, that's still cold. That was 45 seconds, let's give it another 30. So we have all our measurements done for this part. This is the auto lease. We're just getting the flour and water mixed up. Lady thinks she's getting food over here. And Zoe's over there. I don't know what she's doing. You okay, Zoe? Got two. The dogs are waiting for their TREAT. I can't say that word out loud. Okay. Get our flour mixed up. Let's top our pitcher off. So I need to drink some water later. It's still hot outside. It's a pretty hot day. It's not too humid for Houston at least. So I always wonder how that plays a factor. I have my sous chef right here. She's ready for any cheese or treat that would fall out of the table. There we go. I want it to be around your internal temperature, your skin temperature, like around 100 degrees or so. 100 degrees seems to be the right thing. We want to keep warmth in this because otherwise the house is cool because it's hot outside, and that'll just slow the process down. We don't necessarily need it to go fast, but we don't want it to slow any of this process either. So just the flour and the water. We're doing a 74% hydration. I like to do it a little low. Anytime I've done like over 77%, I've had problems. So I like to keep it around 74 to 75% hydration, and that should be enough. It's going to be real gooey for the first minute, 2 minutes. You just got to beat it in and get all this flour mixed up. So that way, when it gets stuck like this water, a little bit of water will get it right off of your hands. So fold it in. It's like probably about 5 minutes of this. Try not to make it too gooey. It needs to be a tiny bit dry, but by folding it over on itself and getting all that flour integrated, that should do it. When it's a little too gooey, just like a tablespoon of flour, mostly just to keep it from sticking. There we go. Yeah, that was like a tablespoon of flour, just for the outside, for my fingers. Once it holds together like that, that's better. Just that little bit of flour made the difference. You don't want to get into a little bit of flour, a little bit of water, a little bit of flour, a little bit of water, then you're just going to make a mess and waste your time. I've done that too many times to know that. So 300 grams of white and the balance up to 666 in wheat. So it's mostly a wheat loaf. And here we go. It's almost there. And it's warm. I want to keep it warm. I'm going to put it in the oven with the light on. It doesn't need to be hot. You don't want to introduce a huge amount of heat, but you don't want it to be cold either. If you try to keep it in the 80s, I think that's probably the best route. Wow, once that little bit of flour was introduced, everything held together. It's just a little bit scratchy, but not a big deal. Once you get the feel for it, it comes together pretty quick. So, I got a bowl, a separate bowl. You could just run this with a cover, but I like using this bowl. Spray it with neutral oil so it won't stick. Just grab this sucker. Looks good. Roll it in here. Gonna cover it, let it sit for an hour. My starter's coming along pretty good. I fed it a while ago, but like I said, the house is cool, so it takes a while for it to grow. Smells sweet and floury. That's what you want. So we put this in the oven. We'll be back in about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, 15 grams of salt. Looks good, doesn't want a skin on it, so this is pretty nice. It actually held together pretty good. It's a little bit gooey, that's fine. Here, take the salt. Okay, get this salt in here. Getting the salt integrated is usually the hardest part because it's hard to gauge where the salt is. You want to even it out. You want to make sure everything's together. You don't want to have a pocket of salt somewhere stuck. The dough feels really good, actually. Oh yeah, it did come together really nice. It's actually rather smooth. That's good. Okay, that looks good. Ooh. Okay. It still looks good. It's sort of cool in here, so it's just starting to rise a little bit more. It smells good. I think it's, I don't want, ooh, yeah, okay, it still has a lot of air in it. So we're gonna need, I don't know why I use my fingers, I should have used a spatula, but whatever. 120 grams of starter. That should do it right there. Here we go. 120 grams of starter. I fed the starter earlier this morning around 7:30 or so, and now it's 4. Because the room is, like I said, the room is cool. That should be okay. Want to make sure okay, when it's stuck like that, water. Water will just, it'll come right off with no, you either use, I've never done flour on it. I think just water is the best way. Introducing a little bit of water like this won't hurt anything, typically. But just don't make sure not to put too much. Just enough to get your hands, get the stuff off your hands. Okay, this is not scratchy anymore. It's very, very smooth. It looks really good now. So I'm just rolling it into a ball. It smells right. I'm pulling it in on itself and it's not ripping. So that means we have nice strong gluten strands, which is what we're looking for. There we go, it's just ripping just a little bit. That's good. That means we made it all the way through. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Gonna put it in my greased bowl, let it rest again for another hour, and then we'll start our folds. Close enough. Let me wash my hands real quick. All right, always keep your hands clean. Now, I just dried it, I shouldn't have, but whatever. Wet hand. looks pretty good. Feels nice. I think it's where it needs to be. I'm gonna leave it out just on the counter. I don't want it to get too warm, but it does feel pretty good. So give it that many, like 4 or 5 folds, then just let it sit for another hour. We'll do our second. It was 3 folds total. So that was the first one, 2 more to go after another 45 minutes to an hour. This is the second of 3. I always dry my hands and then remember I got to, ooh, that's really relaxed. Feeling okay. Let's do this. Let's just do these folds now. I can feel air bubbles in it, so that's good. That means fermentation's coming along. Oh yeah, there's plenty of air bubbles. Okay. Then it smooths out really nice. Okay. Feeling pretty good. All right. It's looking good. It's looking smooth. I'm seeing bubbles. There's fermentation going on. I think we're in good shape. Feels pretty strong. It's all holding together as one piece. That's good. I was afraid. Oh, I was always looking out. All right. That was the final fold. It's looking okay. I think we'll be all right. Zoe agrees. She's excited. She's excited about the bread. Gonna let this sit for about an hour or so, and then we'll get on to putting it in our ramekin and proofing it. Let's take this. Because I'm a content whore, I do Instagram story. All right. Let gravity do the work. If it all comes out like that, that's good. No, that's nice. Okay. Yeah. It's not floppy at all, so that's good. I was afraid it might be a little too moist. Roll it up. Put some tension in it. Looks good. Run that for a second. They were air, what do you call it? Anyway, they're all stuck together really good. There you go. Shower cap, real easy. I did it with aluminum foil and stuff like that. So, nah. Spray it so hopefully this will grow and it won't stick. I think I forgot to do it at one time and that was a pain. So take your before picture. That's the best way to reference stuff. So when you push down, it just sticks back and bounces back. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. These are different than the last batch that I bought because it's 50 for like a couple bucks, a few bucks. So I don't ever need, you know, it takes a while to bake 50 loaves of bread, right? So it's in, we're gonna put it, it is 7:51. I don't think it's gonna take that long. I think it's probably like, I'll check it at 30 minutes and maybe we'll just need to be at an hour. And I just kind of want it, when I see that it's level with the top of the ramekin, I think we're good. So now I just gotta clean up and finish watching my YouTube videos that I want to watch. I'll film this part because this is interesting for whoever, for me. So I have a different angle just in case. I have recorded this and it didn't work on this camera, and then I had this as a backup, so it does work sometimes. Okay, it's looking okay. It's not falling down, which is what we want. Just get my pan. It's been sitting in the oven preheating. So I got the oven at around 500. Gonna take these and lower it down. The fact that it looks like this and it's not collapsing while I'm doing this means that it'll probably rise pretty well once I put it in this heat. All right, we're in. That, I like to move it along real quick just to make sure nothing that I can see. And in that short time, if I start seeing it collapse like I did that other time, and I know it's not gonna work. Set a timer for 22 minutes. And we'll be back in 22 minutes. I'll take the top off, let it get more color on it for another 12, 15 minutes depending. And hopefully we'll have a nice loaf of bread in about 40 minutes or so. Everything looks right. It never rises as much as I'd want, but this one actually kind of did. So I'm happy with it. Go ahead, turn that oven off. Let's drag this sucker over. There we go. Not bad. The ears came out good. That's how you can see how it rose a decent amount. Didn't rise a whole lot, but really nice odor. The pieces of bread aren't going to be giant. So I think ultimately what I want to do is just like make, like my wife was saying, oh, tomato soup, and we can do that. And that, I think that sounds good. Make breakfast for dinner one day and use the bread. So like this is a plan for the food for the week. So playing around the bread, and the bread came out good. So thankfully, it's good. Gonna let this rest. It's 9:06 right now, 9:06 a.m. Let it rest for a good 3, maybe 4 hours. Let it cool all the way down. And we'll cut it up and give it a test. Give it a taste test.